What is up, guys? It is Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and I'm bringing you a NFL video. Still just me for now. Russo, obviously, like I said in the earlier videos today, he's on vacation in a spot where he can't even view the board. So, he'll be back with us soon, but he's just on a Christmas vacation right now. So, we'll be glad to have him back when he's back. But I've got 4 picks for you for the NFL. I'm going to talk about some demons as well that I like. Pretty close on the NBA slip. I think we missed 2 because Dylan Brooks was a DNP, but oh my god, OG Anunoby and Tyus Jones just played awful. That was crazy. They both hit that line 23 out of 30 games this year, and then they both just sold so hard. So that was pretty unexpected and disappointing. But hey, we got football tomorrow. Football is awesome. It is definitely my favorite sport to watch and to kind of dissect. We were really close Sunday to having a sweep, or no, it was when was the last game? I guess on Christmas or whatever. We went 5-6, so we got the double up, but we were so close. I think it came down to it was a tight end, I believe. Yeah, Dalton Schultz, who didn't get our last 2 catches. We would have gotten the full 6-man sweep. So hopefully I can piggyback that in this video and try to get us some good value here. I've got 4 really good plays for you guys. So before we get into those, if you guys want to help support the show by checking out some of our sponsors, definitely do that. We're sponsored by Parlay Play, Underdog, and Betr. Those are the main ones that we really work with the most. If you go to Parlay Play and you use code BACKDOOR, you will get a 100% match up to $100 and a free slip to start you off over there. And if you use code BACKDOOR and you email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, we'll give you a free month in the Discord as well. So it's a really cool deal over there. Definitely go check that out. For Betr, use code BACKDOOR for a 100% match up to $200 and a free slip or a free play to help you cash first slip. Over on Underdog, code BACKDOOR, 100% match, or you get like up to $1,000 in bonus cash. So it's really crazy over there, and a free play to help you cash first slip. So great deals all around. But let's get into the meat of it, man. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe while you're at it. Helps us the most for sure. If you want to support the channel in the best way, that is definitely the way to do it. Anyway, Austin Hooper. Loving this play, man. He is just been crushing this line. It's still at 27.5. I can't even believe it. So we're going back to the well with Austin Hooper. 27.5 receiving yards over. Ramondre Stevenson, first quarter rushing yards there at 9.5. This is so stupidly low. Trey McBride over 14.5 fantasy score. Just kind of going with one I feel confident about, and that is a good one. And Cortland Sutton fantasy score at 14. I think those are both pretty stupidly low. So going with those 4. I'm going to talk about some demons as well. One of them being Trey McBride over 7.5 receptions is always solid. Austin Hooper over 3.5 receptions. There's a couple good ones I'll point out during the video, so stick around to see those as well. But yeah, let's start breaking these down, man. Sorry, it's a little hot in here, and I'm still getting over this scratchy throat situation, so I'll try to make this as clean as possible without blowing your eardrums with a stupid cough or something. But Austin Hooper over 27.5 receiving yards, man. He's been just crushing this line over the last couple games here. Drake May has really found a new safety blanket with this guy. He still has Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's awesome too, but Austin Hooper gets used just as much, and his lines are super low. And Austin Hooper is a really athletic tight end. He was great with Seattle for a long time, and now he's just over here kind of making the same little nest egg that he always does. So averaging 4 targets a game, and he's almost getting 4 receptions a game. This dude's very clean. He catches everything. He's creeping up the target share too. He's at 50. He's right behind Kayshon Boutte now. This is awesome. I just can't even believe the value behind this play week after week. So I'm gonna just keep going to this well until it dies, man. And I think that'll be for the rest of the year. So Austin Hooper over 27.5 receiving yards. He's hit this in 5 straight games, 6 straight games actually. Hit it once earlier in the season, but he's really been getting utilized lately. Head to head, this is when he was with the Chargers or the Raiders or something. I don't even know where he was before this. So he didn't really hit that too much, obviously, because the Raiders weren't using him right. So rip to that season. But he's looked great this year. Since he's been being utilized, he's been getting a lot of the snap share as well. So I'm all over this, man. Great matchup too. 13th in receiving yards allowed. That's pretty soft, to be honest. So I think he can get it done. I think he'll sneak out, and I think they're really tough in other areas. Like overall they're 12th. So to wide receivers they're really tough, so I think he's going to go to the tight ends a lot. So I think Austin Hooper can get over this line pretty safely. If you look at like his longest reception too, he gets a lot of yards after contact, so he's hitting that longest reception a lot too at 14.5 because he's catching the ball and running with it. So I like the full receiving yards though. I think that's where the money's at, so I'm gonna be taking that one for over. We can go take a look at this one here. Thought I had this pulled up. Let's see, Austin. Here we go. So the receiving yards are favored under, probably because it's a little bit of a tough matchup, -128. So go with your gut. If you don't like it, I mean, it's been a wagon for sure, so I'm gonna just stick with it. Found this one early, been riding with it, so liking the value on Austin Hooper. This is one I'd bump up personally. Like, even if you like the receiving yards here, I wouldn't be scared to bump this up to 39.5. It looks pretty solid too. Here's the cool thing with outlier. We could bump this up here and go to 39.5. You can see he's hit that in 4 out of the last 6 games, so not bad, definitely doable for him. So 39.5 is a pretty decent demon. You're probably getting a pretty decent multiplier on that too. Just that one play is probably giving you something pretty solid. Let's take away everything here and take a look at what that's giving us. Compare it with something else. So yeah, it's giving us about a 2.5x on that one play, so that's pretty solid. So yeah, liking that play a lot. Ramondre Stevenson first quarter rushing yards, man, this one looks really, really good, and I'll show you why. This is just set at 9.5, which is ridiculous. He gets a lot of carries in the first quarter. You can see this, he's hit this in 8 out of his last 10 games. On the season, he's hit it 11 out of 14 games, so it's an absolute wagon. He's hit this in 7 straight games at home. They're at home here, so I think they just feed him the ball. Why wouldn't they, you know? So this is 10 yards. It's literally, he just run for first down and get this. It's so ridiculously low. The Chargers are a really hard team to pass on, so they give up a little bit of rushing yards, 19th in rushing yards allowed. They're one of those teams who kind of play back and then they rally to the ball very, very well. That's kind of the system they go with, and you know, we saw it in Michigan too, so you know, that's just the hardball way. And then the other hardball is just an absolute pass funnel. They don't let you run on them at all, so it's kind of interesting. But I like this play, man. I think he can hit this. Last time they matched up, he went for 39 rushing yards in the first quarter. That was last year, but you know, I think he can get a couple of rush attempts. He's getting about, let's see, he had 9 rush attempts in that first quarter. Maybe that's not right. I think that's showing the whole game, so maybe I'm just on some random stuff. But yeah, I like this a lot. I think it looks pretty good. So taking that, no DG odds on this one, obviously, because it's a first quarter play. So taking that one over. Trey McBride fantasy score. He has, you know, hit this about half the season, 6 out of 14 games, a little less than half. But I think this is a good matchup for him. He's really been awesome. I mean, his reception ratio has been crazy. He's had some really monster games, and I think this could be one of them. I think the Cardinals still have a chance. I think they're in the hunt. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but you guys could correct me. I'm pretty sure they're in the hunt still, so they're going to want to win this game. Even if they're not, they're still going to play their studs, and I'm sure they'll just play it out. So if we take a look at this one here, he's hit this in 4 out of the last 5 games on the road, so 17, 21, 25, 21. He plays really, really well on the road. If we look at his receptions here, Russo's pointed this out a couple times. Let's see if we can go to road games here, show only away games. Look at this dude's receptions on the road. He's gone, it's just like a ladder up, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 12, 3. This Carolina game was a weird one. I'm pretty sure we took him in this game and he just never got targeted really. So yeah, you can see 4 targets. Usually he's getting double-digit targets. So I think a road game, he's good on the road. I like the fantasy score. Maybe you like the receptions at 6.5. I think the receptions look good at 6.5, and that's why Russo would agree with me on this one, I'm sure. We're gonna bump this one up. This is gonna be a demon play I'm for sure taking. 7.5. He has an 8.5 too. I like the 7.5. Russo's a little bit of a nut job, so he would definitely go 8.5 on this one. But 7.5 I think looks really good too. 12, 12, 9. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 8.5 is the good one to go with. And you're probably gonna get a really high multiplier on that one too. Yeah, so I mean, right there, 13x with just 3 plays with the Austin Hooper normal Ramondre play. So with those 2 demons, you're getting a 9x on just 2 plays. So crazy value there. Let's see what the 7.5 is. 6.5x. So the 8.5 is giving you a huge multiplier. So yeah, I mean, why not, right? If you're looking to shoot for a long shot with the demons, go Trey McBride 8.5, man. He's got a good chance of hitting that. So his fantasy score is favored to go over for the regular play. His fantasy score obviously looks the best. It's favored to go over. Receptions are favored to go under 6.5. I don't know where they're getting that data, because if you look at this matchup here, 24th in receptions allowed to tight ends. Amazing matchup. If we look at the receiving yards here, 25th in receiving yards allowed to tight ends. So the dude, I just think he's gonna have a monster game. If you look at the touchdowns, 10th in touchdowns, so a little bit of a tougher matchup to touchdowns. So maybe you do want the receptions. I don't know. I think the fantasy score looks pretty good because he's really good after the catch too. So he's gonna get you a lot of garbage yards, not garbage yards, but good yards. And then you know, maybe he scores the ball too. If we look at his touchdowns this year, let's see how many. He's only scored 1 touchdown. So all of those fantasy points are coming from straight up yards and receptions. Prizepicks is full PPR, so you are getting all that value on all those receptions. So it's a good, I think it's pretty good. I think I like the fantasy score a lot. So taking the fantasy score over Cortland Sutton fantasy score at 14. This is just really low, man. He's hit this 8 out of 15 games. Obviously they've hit their stride a little late in the season, but my God, they've had a good connection. He's hit this in 7 out of his last 10 games, 3 out of his last 5. You know, these last couple games have been tough. You know, they went and played Indiana. That was a kind of a swamping of a game. They ran the ball really well in that game. And then the Chargers, you know, that's a tough team to pass on. We were just talking about that. So tough one for him. He still got to 10, so he's just barely not hitting that line, right? So I like it. I like the fantasy score. Let's see what his receptions and stuff are set at though. 69.5 receiving yards is just really high, in my opinion. Let's see what the receptions are set at. 5.5. So that's pretty low, honestly. 5.5 receptions for Sutton. Let's pull that up. So 3.5, 5.5 is a demon. I would take that all day. So if you're looking for a demon for Cortland Sutton, I would take the receptions for sure. And then yeah, so when it comes to Ramondre, his full rushing yards are set at 46.5, which is still pretty freaking low for him. So you could bump that up to 49.5 or 59.5. 59.5, he still hit that in 4 out of his last 5 games. So you could even add that to the mix if you wanted. That right there is giving you a 38x. Let's just keep it going. Obviously, I'm talking about the regular plays. That is all for the regular plays. Cortland Sutton fantasy score is my last one. I've already got that locked in the Discord, the little 4-man there. I'm just kind of looking at demons now. So that's going to cover it all for the regular plays for those who just want those. But I'm going to keep browsing a little bit here. Joey Sliver 1.5 field goals is a little bit riskier, but still a good play, I think. Let's see what else is on here. So we have this Cincinnati game too. I'm not straying away from Cincinnati side of the ball, right? I mean, you have a lot of value in Andre Yoshavash. So this is another good one you could bump up. I mean, 39.5 is so low for him. He could definitely hit that. I wouldn't be afraid of that. I wouldn't be afraid to go Higgins either, because I think he's going to have a big game. 79.5 seems pretty doable. Obviously Jamar Chase, you're getting up into the high hundreds with him. He could obviously go for that. He's gone for 177 this season already against my poor Cowboys, who are just the laughing stock this year. So there's a lot of value, guys. I mean, tell me what your favorite demons are in the comments for sure. I like a lot of these, you know, even Antonio Gibson receiving yards is one you could play with. But yeah, I'm digging a lot of these. So these are probably like some of my favorites right here. I think the Yoshavash 39.5 looks pretty solid. He's got a 49.5 too. That's kind of high, just because he's like the 3rd target. So yeah, I mean, play with these for sure. Marvin Mims is another one who's flying under the radar, so that could go up. Let's see, 39.5 would be super doable too, so maybe we go there. That's a 230x right there on a 6-man. So I'm just gonna lock that in for $5. $1,100. I'll take it. Give it to daddy, right? Let's see here. That's what I locked in just now. If you guys want to tail, you can. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, hey, why not, right? 230x for the cash. 5 out of 6 is a 15x. Still, you're getting $75, and you're getting a 3x. Maybe you want to just go crazy and throw more money on that. That's totally up to you guys. You know, we're just playing daily fantasy here, right? So go with what you want to go with, guys. But that's going to cover it all for me in the NFL video. I'm going to cover some NBA picks for tomorrow as well, so stick around for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for bearing with me while it's just me. I know I get kind of rambly sometimes, but I do appreciate you guys. God bless, and I will catch you in the next video.